Your Space Coast vacation is preparing for liftoff. Start counting down now. 10, 9, 8, 7. It's time for a beach vacay that feels like heaven. 6, 5, 4. Come explore Melbourne and the beaches. 3, 2, 1. It's time for some rocket-filled fun. Count down to your best beach vacation ever on Florida's Space Coast. Launch your planning now at visitspacecoast.com. That's visitspacecoast.com.
J360 Radio.
Hello there, J360 Legion, and welcome to a J360 MiniByte, hosted by J.M. Brady. And I am your host, J.M. Brady. Hey, it's been a while, guys. What do you say? 2 weeks, huh? Yeah, I know. But guess what? It's all for a good cause because the rebuild is going well. And in case you're wondering, yeah. Oh my god. Much like Goku building the Spirit Bomb, it takes a while. And indeed, it has been taking some time. But I needed those 2 weeks, man. Not only that, because, gathering all this stuff is really, really interesting. I even found some old notes that I wrote like when I was a kid, and I'm trying to implement them now. That's some pretty good ideas as a youngster. And I'm not exactly young. How do I put that? I'm not exactly, how do I put it? Teenaged. Not teenaged by a long shot. I still got some new tricks up my sleeves in addition to old ones. So, all matters. Just couldn't use it at the time. But since things have gotten better with productions, it's actually something interesting to go through. And not only that, but listening to all the older episodes, and I mean, well over 200 episodes. It's been a huge, how can I put it? It's just been a huge project overall. It's probably going to take me till the rest of the year to get it done. But fortunately, we only got 3 to 4 months. So, time is on my side. Yes, it is. And speaking of time, it's almost here. Can you feel the anticipation? Greatness is almost around the corner. No, not just me leaving my day job. No, not just me leaving Delaware behind. No, not even just the fact that the Philadelphia Flyers were kicking so much ass and we were there at the cusp, damn you Islanders, but still at the same time, I still have respect for my boys, more so than I do for the basketball team right now. Football's coming. Oh yes, the most wonderful time of the year next to horror movies, Halloween parties and everything. Football. I can put on my Philly green, not like I ever got rid of it. And I just wear it all the time. And I just talk so much smack. And then everybody else is just ready to talk smack too. I managed to make some guy mad at work the other day because he thought I called him a Washington fan. I was like, I can call you a Washington fan, but that just goes to show with him. He got problems. But the truth is, though, if I did, that makes it even a bigger win. See, if there's one thing that you haven't noticed, I have a knack for pissing people off, and my God, do I love using it. Sometimes, when it's against people who deserve it, you know what I'm saying? And football just brings out the best in everybody, doesn't it, though? Also, though, what comes with fall season is the change of the weather, so it kind of affects my voice sometimes, which is why I sound kind of raspy and rough right now, but I don't know, it's weird. But hot tea and lemon will take care of all those problems. So I'm going to be fine after a while. I'll be sounding like myself. Considering what does myself sound like usually? Damn sexy and awesome. Yeah. If you agreed with all that, you know what? That's how I know you're real fans. However, if you agree in the other sort of direction, which is, who are you, pal? Stick around. I'll piss you off later. Oh, man. And speaking of which, a lot of quality games just came out not too long ago. I mean, we had NBA 2K1. We had Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2, which is actually how that reboot should have went the first time around. But this is actually really good. You should not fall asleep on these two games. And, of course, the aforementioned, well, not aforementioned, but we all knew it was coming this year. And whether you loved it or hated it or just was like, why, the new Avengers game came out. And you're probably wondering which one I bought. If you said Avengers, you know me. But how much of me do you know? Well, I did buy it. And also, I had to get it because Spider-Man's going to be in the game soon. So I'm like, yeah. And also, I wanted to support the great Marvel team. And, you know, honestly, I see where Crystal Dynamics was going with it. And you can tell they put some interesting ideas in. Now, did they implement well? I really don't know. But you see, honestly, I always ask this. What was anybody's expectation with this game? Was it going to be a home run? Was it going to be the superhero team game we all were waiting for? See, with me, myself, my all-time favorite game will always be Ultimate Alliance. Because you had a huge superhero roster to work with. And, you know, of course, you had the RPG elements and you trained your characters. You were looking at it from a top-down perspective unless you utilized the way the camera works for depending on how you play the game. And it was awesome. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it really kept you into it. See, this, on the other hand, it's got special graphics. And honestly, how can you work with the Avengers without utilizing some form of Marvel Ultimate Alliance as a basis? You understand what I'm saying? Some people said it played too familiar to it. I thought it was okay. I mean, but you can see like they took different aspects and angles to work with each and every single one of the characters that were involved. And I can't necessarily say that it was bad. It's just that, you know, the Hulk's jumping ability is a lot better than that. It felt kind of mundane. But, you know, when you're playing as him and you're just beating the hell out of stuff, outstanding. When you're playing as Black Widow, who has a movie coming, and you see her fighting against Taskmaster, I thought that was a nice tie-in to what's going to happen eventually. So, you know, when I saw that, I was like, yeah, I always want to get my revenge on him, too. After dealing with him in Spider-Man a few times, so it felt nice. And then, of course, Cap is just epic. Same thing with Iron Man. Even though, like, when I'm playing as Iron Man from time to time, I could see where they kind of took some cues from the Sega Iron Man games. Like, where, you know, you make them fly up and down and, you know, use the repulsor blast and the unibeam. Like, the game is pretty. I thought it was. Like, not back in the day when everybody was complaining about the models and stuff. Oh, yeah, the models. They don't look right. I'm like, give the game time to shape and form. And from what I can see, they did a pretty decent job. I mean, they kept the heart of the comics in there. And then, of course, they utilized the movies as a basis. So, what I want to say is, if you're not a fan of these characters, and why would you buy it if you're not a fan of these characters? You might want to go ahead and look at the other two games. But if you are a fan, and if you do like the movies, and if you do like the way things are going, you know, give or take, it's worth one good playthrough. And then not to mention the co-oping is amazing. Like who you team up with, who you want to use, who you want to max, who you want to grow. I mean, like if anything, it's an action RPG. And there is a decent game under all of, you know, the technical mishaps and all. Like, it's not that bad. You will find yourself restarting, but from time to time, because the environments will kill you, and then there's times where you just don't make the right jump. And I know some of you have done it, because when you play as Kamala Khan, it can get like that. But, you know, you'll learn new skills as you play. And speaking of which, about Kamala Khan, I like how they utilized her as the audience surrogate. That was pretty cool. Because, see, right off the bat, she is a great character. There's something very awesome about her. And she was actually... Wasn't she actually the central character of a Marvel special at one time? I think, what was it? New Avengers, Young Avengers, something like that? And you got to see things through her eyes. But this time, you get to see things through her eyes in a unique story and experience exactly like, you know, how a fangirl or, how Than grows into become one of Earth's mightiest heroes. That's actually pretty cool. They did right by that. And not only that, she's like the heart of the team, because everybody else disbanded, and it takes somebody with that real nature and drive to pull them all together again. So, because she can't go home anymore. What with her being an inhuman and all. And then they utilize AIM with MODOK, which, I think MODOK needs to give a lot more press. You know what I mean? I think they need to work with that character a lot more. And personally, in Iron Man 3, he should have been the villain. If you're going to have AIM in there, why not have one of the main principal villains that work in that organization, if not run it? But that's just my 2 cents. Anyway, we're getting closer to the end of the MiniBytes, and I just want y'all to be patient with me as I rebuild and as I put stuff together. It's not going to take too long, but it's not going to take, it's not going to end fast, is what I'm saying. And it's well worth the wait, as usual things that I do, So, just ride this journey out with me, and I'll do what I can to make new episodes while we're doing it. The only thing is try not to burn the candle at both ends. See what I'm saying? Other than that, though, everything's looking good. Oh, those of you that asked me, by the way, the Uncut Show did get rebranded. It's not J360 Radio Live anymore. It is the J360 Hangouts. Thanks to everybody who participated in the voting. I couldn't have done it without you. For a while there, that was driving me crazy. So I want to give a special thanks to all of you. And right off the bat, stay tuned, because I got a lot of plans for that show too. And oh yes, it's Jams Week this week, so we're going to have another new J360 Jams happening on Friday. And tomorrow, you get a Jam Man episode. Uh-huh. I'm bringing it back, baby. Not only that, it's just a lot for y'all to look forward to. And some of y'all asked me about the Monster Fest. Well, once again, we're getting a little too ahead of ourselves. So you just stay tuned till tomorrow, and we'll see where we go from there, okay? This is the J-Man signing off. I want y'all to take it easy, and it's good to be back. Peace.
Your Space Coast vacation is preparing for liftoff. Start counting down now. 10, 9, 8, 7. It's time for a beach vacay that feels like heaven. 6, 5, 4. Come explore Melbourne and the beaches. 3, 2, 1. It's time for some rocket-filled fun. Countdown to your best beach vacation ever on Florida's Space Coast. Launch your planning now at visitspacecoast.com. That's visitspacecoast.com.